Okay, so we're on animal eye tracking right now, and we're going to watch and see how well this tracks this bird's head and eye. You can see it's doing a pretty good job, right? So here, let's wait for one a little bit closer. There we go. So good on the head and eye. So now I'm going to switch over to bird eye tracking, and let's watch the same thing. Now he is tangled up with another bird there, but you can see it's not getting the head and eye, but we need the head to come back up again for a similar experience. But you can see there we finally had a little bit of trying to get the head. There we go, the head's back up, but look at this. It isn't getting the head and eye. Now switch back to animal. So we're still in the body here. Remember we're on animal, but there we go. As soon as the head comes up, we get the head slash eye tracking working much better. So this guy's coming towards us. So let's switch real quick back to bird and try again. Now he's even closer, standing out a little bit more from the background. I am at 2.8 for maximum shallow depth of field, and look at that. Right up, let's try just getting right. We'll start on the head. I just can't. I let go of focus and tried to put the box on the head, and it will not give me head and eye. Switch back to animal, and then check this out. Look at that. Snaps right to the head and eye. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but overall, it definitely gives you, here, let's wait for one of these birds standing up. Look at that. Tracking the head and the eye significantly better than when using bird eye tracking mode. And this is what I have found over and over and over again with the Z9 and Z8 is the bird eye tracking just will not work as good with staying on the head and eye. So there we go. Let's switch back to bird. And this guy's a little bit closer, but look at this. We're not getting the head and eye. Like, how is this possible? It makes no sense. There we go. Finally got it. Came close enough, right? So if it comes close enough, you totally get it. And that's the experience, right? The bird eye tracking works fine when you're closer. But if you get out to smaller in frame birds, like this guy back here, we're not getting head and eye. Let's see about this guy right here. Yeah, we're starting to get it here, but not really consistently. You would think right there it should pick it up. This guy it should get, he's pretty close. So let's see, there we go. Yeah, he did fine. This is on bird eye tracking. Let's switch real quick over to animal. Boy, I don't know where he went, but this guy is around the same distance, and look at that. It'll grab the head and eye on him, no problem. All right, let's switch back to bird. I'll try and put the box right on his head. There we go. But then it switches over to the body. Like, how bizarre. How bizarre. It's just the bird eye tracking. Look at this. It's closer now. Can't get it. Switch over to animal. Same bird right here. Look at that. Snaps right to the head and eye. It just does such a better job with smaller in frame stuff. Now, cut to these birds closer here. This is on animal. Doing just fine. We'll switch over to bird, and I would expect this to do just fine as well. Although I have to say, it feels like, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say at first the eye wasn't as small, but it did get there. These two are funny. But look at that. Even at this distance, we're still getting some head and eye. Might as well shoot some of these, huh? There we go. Look at that. As soon as he settles in, this is pretty too. All right, now real quick, same spot. I'm gonna switch over to bird. Let's see what we get. Look at this, back to the body again, guys. All right, away from the profile, because that's kind of not fair right now. There's the profile. I mean, there is zero reason that should have been picking up or not picking up the head. But consistently, this animal is working better. Let's go back to bird, and let's see if we can get any of these birds at this distance to give some head and eye. I'm gonna just increase my shutter speed here a little bit. I'm going to try and get some of this action as these guys might chase each other around, but like that. And watch, as soon as I go back to this great egret in the back, just cannot with bird eye tracking. I'm letting go and trying again. I'll focus on something else and come back to him, trying again, nothing. Switch back to animal, and then, let's see, no problem. Switch right over to the head and eye. Now, he did start moving there, so let's go back to bird, give it the benefit of the doubt here, and we'll try again. There he is. He's up, moving around. There's a nice profile. Okay, we did get it on bird. That's good. But then right back to the body. Now watch this. Switch back to animal. Watch how much better it's going to, probably. Let's wait for the mess of birds to go away. This is challenging. Use single point to get back to that great eagle. I'm just going to wait for him to pop his head up here. There we go. So now it grabs the head and eye and just stays with it. Okay, so we got this semi-palm plover over here, and you can see in bird eye tracking, we're just getting the body real quick. Switch over to animal. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that. It like immediately went to the head and eye in the animal mode. Here, we have one a little bit closer here. Let's try him. Head and eye, no problem. Switch back to bird. Just the body. Can't even get the head. Head and eye, no problem with animal eye tracking. Switch back to bird. Nope. Will not give me the head and eye. Strange stuff, huh, guys? I mean, I think this definitively shows that the bird setting, at least for all the stuff I've shown here, and I have to tell you, from my experience, pretty much all the birds I photograph, the bird setting is worse. It just doesn't work as far away. Now, maybe there's some improvements with it when it's really close, but I don't know. The animal eye tracking works incredible when I'm really close to subjects, and it works great when I'm really far from them. So that's what I've been shooting. And let's switch back to it here. Oops. And see what happens. Look at that. Even that small in the frame, guys. Well, now it's on the tail, right? But it did initially, there we go, give me some of that head and eye. It's just working more accurately, even that tiny in the frame.